What's going on? My name is Simon and welcome to my complete KuCoin tutorial for beginners. Now in this video, you'll learn everything you need to know to start trading cryptocurrency on KuCoin. First off, we're going to start by creating a new KuCoin account and looking at all the important settings. Then we're going to look at how to fund your KuCoin account with either fiat currency like US dollars, euros, and so on, or also with cryptocurrency that you already have on any other exchange or any wallet. Then we're going to look at how to buy crypto directly on KuCoin. And then we're going to, of course, look at how to use KuCoin to trade cryptocurrency. And as a bonus at the end, we'll also check out the KuCoin trading bot, which is basically able to trade for you 24/7, fully on autopilot. So this is going to be interesting as well. And then, of course, we're also going to check out how to withdraw funds from your KuCoin account if at some point you want to withdraw it to either your bank account or some kind of cryptocurrency wallet. Now, this is going to be a tutorial of the desktop version of KuCoin. If you're looking to set up everything on your phone, I also have a mobile version tutorial. You're going to find that video down below in the description. I also have a KuCoin referral code that will get you a 20% fee discount on every trade that you do on KuCoin for the entire lifetime of your account. So definitely make sure you use that referral code when you set up your KuCoin account, because that will save you a lot of money in the long run. If you are a beginner to KuCoin, I definitely recommend to watch this video all the way from the beginning. However, if you're just looking for a specific part, you can also just hover over the progress bar, and there you're going to find all the topics of the video. If I talk too fast or too slow for you at some point of the video, just go to the bottom right corner, click on the gear icon, and then change the video speed there. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is set up our KuCoin account. So head over to kucoin.com and then click on sign up right here. And then here you can either sign up using your phone number or your email address. Just type in your email address, then you're going to get a verification code to your email. So you're going to have to verify that right here. Also set a login password. And then you can also use the referral code that I've mentioned before. You can just paste it in right here. So it's going to be QBSSS8KT. That's the current referral code that will get you a 20% fee discount. Then click on sign up. Okay, so once we're logged into our KuCoin account, the first thing we want to do is look at our security settings. So here, just go to the top right and hover over your account icon and then go to account security. Here, the first thing we want to do is set up Google verification. This is basically a two-factor authentication method that we can set up with our account, which will make our account a lot more secure. So we're going to set up a one-time password that you'll have to enter every time you're going to withdraw funds from your account, or also when you log into KuCoin. So just where it says Google verification, you click on configure right here. And then to set this up, we're going to have to verify that it's actually us. So we're going to have to send a code to our email that we have just used to sign up for KuCoin. So just click on send code right here. And now you're going to go to your email inbox and look for that code. And then once you have your code, just come over here and just paste that code in to this field. And then we're going to see a QR code. So now you want to download an application called Google Authenticator or Authy. This is basically what I use. And then you want to create a new account there and just scan in this QR code with your phone as I've done just now. Then you're going to see a one-time password on your phone, which you're going to enter right here. So I'm going to enter it right now. And once that's done, I'm going to click on activate. And there we go. Now we have set up two-factor authentication for our KuCoin account, and now our account is a lot more secure. The next thing we're going to need to do is set our trading password. We need to create a password, otherwise we will not be able to trade on KuCoin. So in your security settings, just scroll down to where it says trading password, then click on configure right here. And now in order to set our password, we're going to have to enter our 2FA code, which we have just set up before. So go to your Google Authenticator application or any other application that you're using, and then just type in the code that you see there. So for me, it's this one right here. And then we see an information that the trading password is for transactions, withdrawals, and API creation. So as you can see, you're going to need that for those features. So here we're just going to click on OK, and then we can type in a 6-digit trading password. So I'm just going to type in a password right here. And then I'm going to click on confirm. All right, now we have set up our trading password. Then what you can also look at in the security settings are things like email safety phrase, login safety phrase, and withdrawal safety phrase. These are all anti-phishing features which make sure that you're on the actual KuCoin page and you're not going to get on some kind of scam page where they basically steal your information and then go into your KuCoin account and steal your funds. So if you want to, you can also look at that. I'm going to skip it for now. That's all we need to do in the settings. So now we can go back to the main page by going to the top left and clicking on the KuCoin logo right here. And that will take us back to the main page. So now before we can start trading on KuCoin, we're going to have to fund our account with either fiat currency like euros, US dollars, and so on, or also with cryptocurrency. So that's what we're going to look at now. So in order to fund our account, we're going to go to our wallet icon right here on the top, and then we're going to go to our main account. Then once we're here, we're going to see a deposit button right here on the top. So we're going to click on that. And then you're going to either see a screen for depositing fiat currency or for depositing cryptocurrency. Now, if you want to switch between them, you can just go to the right here, and there you're going to see a button where you can go to deposit fiat currency or cryptocurrency, depending on where you are right now. So we're just going to start with how to deposit fiat currency right here. So as you can see right here, in order to deposit fiat currency onto our KuCoin account, we're going to have to go through KYC. So we're going to have to go through identity verification. So if you want to deposit fiat currency, you can just click right here where it says identity verification. Then you're going to go to the security settings automatically to the KYC verification. And here you're just going to have to type in all your personal information, and you're also going to have to upload some kind of ID card in order for them to verify your identity. And by the way, we don't need to do any identity verification if you just want to deposit cryptocurrency. This is just for depositing fiat currency. So once you've completed the KYC and you actually got verified, then you can come back here to the deposit fiat page and you can decide on what kind of currency you actually want to deposit. So currently it's set to euros, but you could also change this right here to any currency that you can see available right here. So we could, for example, just look for US dollars. And then as you can notice, depending on what currency we choose here, the payment method also changes. So for euros, we did have the option to use a bank transfer, but now for US dollars, we only have the option bank card, so credit card, or ADV Cash, which is a third-party provider. So I personally don't recommend to use either of these if you don't need to, because the fees are going to be higher compared to using a bank transfer. But I think that currently the only currency that you can deposit using a bank transfer on KuCoin is if you use euros. And currently they also have some kind of error, as you can see right here, where they are not displaying the payment details. So normally here on the right side, you would see the account information where you need to wire those funds to, along with the reference number and so on. So a couple of days ago, this actually worked when I tried it out. So now it's not working. I don't know why. Maybe when you watch this video, it's going to be working again. You can also send the information to yourself if you click on this little send button right here, and then just wire the information or wire the money to your KuCoin account. So now let's look at how to deposit cryptocurrency onto KuCoin. So again, to come to the deposit page, you're going to go to the wallet icon on the top right, then go to your main account, and then you're going to see the deposit button right here at the top. And then maybe you're already on the deposit crypto page. If not, then you can click on deposit crypto right here, and then it will switch over to the deposit crypto page. So then we want to first decide on what kind of crypto we want to deposit. So here I'm just going to choose Litecoin. So as an example, And then we're going to choose the network. So what kind of blockchain are we going to use to deposit that cryptocurrency? So we're going to choose just the Litecoin chain right here. And then it's going to generate me my deposit address for KuCoin. So here's very important that you're going to actually use this address and don't make any mistakes. So the best way would be to copy and paste it. So you can just click on this copy button right here. And then you go to your wallet or wherever you're sending the coins from. In my example, I'm just going to go to my Binance account right here. And then I'm just going to paste in the address right here. So I always use copy and paste so I don't make any mistakes. And it already recognizes what network we are sending it with, which is Litecoin network. And then we can decide on the amount that we want to send. So let's just send 0.1 Litecoin and then click on withdraw right here. Confirm the withdrawal. So now I initiated the deposit here on Binance, so we can go back to our KuCoin account right here and we can close this page. So now we have to wait until the coins will be actually in our KuCoin account. Depending on what kind of blockchain you're using, it's going to take a different amount of time. But just come back, check here after like an hour and just go to your wallet icon right here. Then go to your main account and then you should see your cryptocurrencies here in the main account. All right, so now let's look at how to actually buy cryptocurrency here on KuCoin using your fiat currency. So this part can be a bit tricky sometimes on this platform, but I just want to lay out all the options that you have and how to do it. So on KuCoin on the top left, you can just go to buy crypto and then you can see we have three options. We have fast trade, P2P and third party. Let's look at fast trade first. So what you can do with fast trade is you can convert your fiat currency, be it US dollars, euros, or so on, into the stablecoin US dollar Tether. US dollar Tether, it's what's mainly used to trade here on KuCoin. So you cannot directly trade using your fiat currencies. You have to first convert it into the stablecoin US dollar Tether. So here you can just go to whatever currency you want to convert. Optimally, you already have some you have deposited some fiat currency onto your KuCoin account. So for example, I've deposited some US dollars. So I'm just going to look for US dollars right here. So I'm going to choose US dollars. And then I'm going to type in the amount that I want to buy. So let's say I want to buy 100 US dollar Tether using my USD. And then I can click on pay with. And then you can see the options how you can pay. So because I have a balance, I have already deposited some US dollars, I can pay using my balance. If I wouldn't have a balance, I would still have the option to use a credit card as well. But as I already have US dollars on my account, I'm just going to click on buy USDT. Then I have to confirm right here. So the price that I'm getting, the fee that I'm going to have to pay. So I'm just going to click on confirm. Type in my trading password. And there we go. Now I have 99.9 US dollar Tether in my KuCoin main account. And then I can use that US dollar Tether to trade it for whatever cryptocurrency that I find here on KuCoin, which I'm going to show you how to do at a later part of this tutorial. So again, with fast trade, you can convert your fiat balance into US dollar Tether, which is a stablecoin, and then you can trade US dollar Tether to any cryptocurrency. If you don't already have a fiat balance, you can either deposit your fiat currency onto KuCoin using a credit card or a bank transfer, depending on the currency. You can also go directly to fast trade and then choose bank transfer or credit card. And then whatever you deposit will be converted directly into US dollar Tether. And then you can use that to trade. Then let's also look at the second option, which is P2P. Now P2P stands for peer-to-peer, which basically means that you're going to be transacting with another KuCoin user. So here on the P2P platform, we are currently on the buy tab. So here is where you can buy cryptos. And the cryptos that are available are US dollar Tether, Bitcoin, Ethereum, KCS, and USDC. However, if you go to Bitcoin, for example, you can see that there are no offers. So there's no Bitcoin that you can buy here. So you would have to go and buy US dollar Tether. And here you can see all the offers that people are making. For example, the best offer right now is from this KuCoin user who is willing to sell 500 to 1,000 US dollar tether for a price of $1.03 US per US dollar tether. So you're gonna pay a bit more than what it's actually worth. And the payment methods that are available are Uphold, Wise, and ADV Cash. So these are the payment methods that this person is accepting. So basically, if you would click on buy right here, then you would have to transfer over the funds to this person's TransferWise account, for example. And then once the funds arrive, KuCoin would basically deposit their crypto into your KuCoin account. So personally, I've never used this feature, and I think it's very limited because there aren't a lot of people offering it here. And I don't really feel comfortable transacting with somebody else other than the KuCoin platform itself. But it is there, so you can try it out for yourself. And then let's also look at the third option, which is third party. So here, first we can type in the amount that we want to spend. So let's say we want to spend $100, and then the crypto that we want to buy. So let's say Bitcoin. And then we can see what kind of payment methods are available. So here we could pay with a credit card or Apple Pay, and we would have to go through either Simplex or Banksa. And then we can also see how much we would get for those $100 in Bitcoin with each of these channels. Now, both of these channels are third-party providers. So if you're gonna go down here and click on confirm, then you would have to go through a process where you're gonna have to sign up to Simplex, for example. You're gonna have to do some identity verification, I think, and then you would just pay them the money. They would pay it to KuCoin, and KuCoin would pay you the cryptocurrency. So I think it's a quite cumbersome process, but if there's no other available option for you, then you can choose this option as well. But again, there's also gonna be more fees involved if you're gonna go through a third-party provider. All right, so now let's finally move on to some of the fun stuff, which is actually trading crypto on KuCoin. There's one more thing we need to do before we can start trading, which is moving funds from our main account to our trading account. So we're gonna go to our wallet right here and go to our main account. And then whatever funds you wanna trade with, you're gonna have to move that to your trading account. So I have like 500 US dollar tether in my main account. So I'm just gonna go to transfer right here, and then I choose trading account right here. So let's just transfer all of it and then click on confirm. And now it has been transferred over to my trading account, and I can just trade with that. Now there's no fees involved with moving funds around on your KuCoin account. KuCoin just has different accounts for different things you can do here on KuCoin. So then let's move on and go to the trading interface. So we're gonna go to trade right here, and then we're gonna go to spot trading. So once we're here, the first thing we need to do in order to be able to trade is to type in your trading password on the bottom right. So just go here and then type in the trading password that you have set up. So I'm just gonna type in mine right now. And now the trading interface has been unlocked. So let me give you a quick overview of what we are seeing here. So all the way on the top, we can see the currency pair that we are trading right now, which is Bitcoin against US dollar Tether, which means that if you want to trade that, you're going to need to either have Bitcoin or US dollar Tether, because you're always trading one currency against each other. We could also change this to, for example, Ethereum. Then we're just going to type in ETH, and then we're going to see all the trading pairs that are available for Ethereum. So here the most popular one is Ethereum versus US dollar Tether. So let's just click on that. And then we're going to see all the information and the charts of Ethereum versus US dollar Tether. Now, most people trade using a stablecoin because that's just easier to do because all the prices will be in US dollars. So for this example, let's just stick with Ethereum and US dollar Tether. Then you can also see the current price of Ethereum and the 24-hour high and low price, and also the 24-hour volume of how much has been traded in Ethereum and US dollar Tether in the last 24 hours. And then here you can see a so-called candlestick chart. So all these green and red candlesticks that you can see on this chart represent a specific time frame. Currently, the time frame is set to 15 minutes. So when the candle is green, then the price has risen in those 15 minutes. When the price is red, the price has been falling in those 15 minutes. So let's take this candlestick for example. So at the beginning of the time frame, the Ethereum price was $2,835, and at the end, the price was $2,848. Then on the next one, it started at 2,849, and then it dropped to 2,843. And then you can also see these sticks that stick out of these candles right here. This is basically the entire price movement in that specific time frame. So here in the top, this was the top price that it was traded at in those 15 minutes. And on the bottom, this is the lowest price that it was traded at in that specific time frame. And we can also change the time frame. So here on the top, you can see currently it is set to 15 minutes. We can also go to a 12-hour chart. So each candlestick will represent 12 hours. And then on the bottom, you can see that this is a kind of macro view. So this has been from April 15th to May 3rd, which is today. We can also change it to, let's say, a 1-minute chart where you can see the short-term price movements of Ethereum. And then on the bottom of the chart, you can also see the trading volume. So how much has been traded at a specific time frame. So for example, here at this specific minute, there has been over $630,000 worth of Ethereum was traded in that specific minute. Then below the chart, we also have some information about your account. So how many assets do you have? How many? What's more important is how much you have in your trading accounts of this trading pair. So currently there's like 1.5 Ethereum and just a bit over 7,000 US dollar Tether in this trading account that I could now trade with Ethereum against US dollar Tether. Then below that, there's some order information. So open orders, advanced orders, order history, and trade history. We're going to look at that in a moment. And then right here, we have the order book. This is where you can see all the people who want to buy and sell Bitcoin for a specific price. So on the top, you're going to see all the people who want to sell Bitcoin. And on the bottom, you're going to see all the people who want to buy Bitcoin. By definition, the prices of the people who want to sell is higher than the prices of people who want to buy. Because if the price matches, then the trade will actually be carried out. And this is what you can see here on the right side. These are all the trades that have been carried out. So the last trade was 0.00011 Ethereum for a price of 2,838 US dollar Tether. And here you can also see the time when it was carried out. Obviously, this changes every second because there are so many trades going on right here. And then here on the bottom is where you're going to put in your buy and sell orders. We're going to look at two different order types that every beginner should know, which is the limit order and the market order. Let's start with the limit order. So the advantage of a limit order is that you can set the price that you are willing to pay for whatever you're buying. So the current price of Ethereum is $2,840 right now. So let's say we are willing to pay $2,700. So we can go down here, go to limit and type in 2,700 USD right here. This is how much we are willing to pay for 1 Ethereum. And then we can type in the amount of Ethereum we want to buy. So let's say we want to buy 0.1 Ethereum. And then I could just click on buy Ethereum. And now the order will be put in the order book. So here, if I scroll all the way down to the lower prices, I will see my order. However, the order will only carry out when the price actually falls to my price. So this is the disadvantage of a limit order. The price has to actually hit my price so that I will get whatever I'm buying for the specific price that I'm willing to pay. Here on the bottom under open orders, we can also see that we have one open order for 0.1 Ethereum at a price of 2,700 US dollar Tether. If at some point we want to cancel the order, we could just click on cancel right here, and then the order is canceled. When the price falls to this amount, nothing will happen, and I will basically just keep my US dollar Tether. And now let's also look at the market order. Now, the advantage of using a market order is that the trade will be carried out immediately. So here on the bottom, we can switch from limit to market. And now, as you can see, we cannot set a price for the Ethereum that we want to buy. what will basically happen is it will basically just take the best price that is currently available in the order book, which you can see right here. It's always the lowest one here in the order book of people who want to sell. So here I can just type in the amount of US dollar tether I want to spend. So let's say I want to spend 100 US dollar tether, and then I can just click on buy ETH. And now, as you can see, the order has already filled because it has just taken the best price that is currently available right here. When we go to trade history right here on the bottom, we can see that Ethereum US dollar tether, the buy order, the market order has been carried out at the price of 2,843 US dollar tether, and the amount I've gotten is 0.035 Ethereum. So typically you want to use limit orders if you want to get an exact price for whatever you want to buy or sell. And you want to use market orders if you just want to buy and sell as fast as possible for the best price that is currently available. Now you want to be careful with market orders sometimes, because when there's a very low volume, meaning that not a lot of people are buying and selling, then it can happen that your price will be very bad that you're getting for whatever you want to buy. So if there's low volume, I would just use a limit order and then just wait until it fills. Now, one quick thing I want to show you that is really worth it if you're going to trade a lot here on KuCoin is to even further decrease your trading fees. So number one would just be to use my referral code that is down below in the description. And number two is to pay your trading fees in the KuCoin token, so the KCS token. So what you can do is just go to the trading pair and type in KCS. And then you go to, let's say, KCS USDT. And then you're just going to go ahead and buy some KCS tokens. Once you've done that, you can click on KCS pay fees here on the bottom. Make sure that is ticked. And then whenever you do a trade, your trading fees will be taken using the KCS token. And that will save you another 20% in trading fees. Now, one thing that KuCoin is also known for is that they have a very good trading bot, which is basically able to trade for you 24/7, fully on autopilot, and you can also customize all the settings. So let's go ahead and look at the trading bot. So let's go to trade right here and then click on trading bot. So here we have some different bot types. So there's the grid bot, which basically means you want to buy low and sell high using a specific grid that will trigger the trades. Then you have a futures grid bot, a smart rebalance bot. This is pretty cool as well. So for example, you can say you want to have 50% Bitcoin, 50% Ethereum. And whenever that ratio changes, you can just use that bot to automatically rebalance your portfolio based on a specific percentage change or based on a specific time frame. Then you have the DCA bot, which stands for dollar cost averaging. So there you could, for example, say, the bot should buy Bitcoin every single week, no matter what the price is. So then you can just even out the price and you just invest without any emotions. And then you also have the Infinity Grid bot. So on the right side, you have some rankings, and there you probably think this is crazy. Like, how do they get so many percent gains using this bot? So these are annualized returns. So if some bot makes like 10% in a single day, then they will calculate it as if this bot would make 10% every single day. So don't let yourself be thrown off by these numbers right here. This is definitely not realistic to get those returns. So let's look at some of these bots. So we're going to go to Spot Grid Bot first, which again tries to buy low and sell high. And basically makes some profit through the volatility of the market. So here, let's click on Create Bot. And then you can see we are on the Auto tab, which basically means that KuCoin will just set all the parameters for you. You can also go to Customize right here and then just type in the parameters that you want the bot to use. You can also click on Fill AI parameters, and then it will just take the parameters of the auto function, but you can still change them right here. So here, the bot will basically create a grid between 27,000 and 50,000 US dollars. And at specific grid lines, it will just carry out trades and tries to, again, buy low and sell high. So then you have the number of placed orders. Now, by default, it is set to 100. Now, personally, I would reduce those because you have to think about that you will pay fees every time you carry out a trade on KuCoin. Obviously, KuCoin wants to make money, so they want you to make as many trades as possible. Personally, I would probably reduce this to maybe something like 30. And as you can see right here, when it's at 100, the estimated profits with the fees deducted is 0.3% to 0.69%. However, if we reduce this to, for example, 30, the estimated profits increase to 1.4% to 2.69%. So obviously, the more trades you do, the more of your profits will be taken by KuCoin itself. So I would just reduce the number of trades right here to like 30 or something. And then we want to type in the amount of investment that we want to put into this bot. The minimum amount is $1,000 tether right now. I could also do more, as you can see right here. So we could just start with 1,000. And then there's also some additional settings right here that you could look at. But once everything is set up, you just click on create right here. Then you have to confirm. And once you click there, the bot will basically start running. And you can also stop the bot at any time when you want to. Let's click on confirm to just see how it works. Now we can see that the bot is being created right here. And this just shows you an overview of what your investment is, your total profits or your losses, and also how many trades you have left in this specific day, and then the price range that the bot is trading in. Now, I'm just going to leave this running for now, and I'm probably going to do an update video in the future of how well this bot is doing. So make sure you're subscribed to see the results of that bot. So then let's go back to the other bots and just create another one. So this time, let's go ahead and create a smart rebalance bot. This is also really cool. So we're going to click on create bot right here. And then there's specific portfolios that are already set up for you. So you could just go through these right here and see if this interests you. This is basically like a crypto ETF where there's a bucket of many different cryptos. But we could also just click on customize right here and then create our own portfolio. So let's say I want to make a portfolio with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'm going to click on add coins. So I'm going to click on Bitcoin right here. I'm going to go to Ethereum as well. Click on confirm. And here I can either click on buy market cap, and then it will just define the ratios based on the market cap of these coins, or I could just do it manually. So let's say I want to have like 70% Bitcoin and 30% Ethereum. Then I can click on confirm, and then I could just type in the amount that I want to spend on this rebalancing bot. So let's say I want to spend $100 tether. And I could also go to optional. And what I would do here is go from buy coin ratio from 1% to probably like 7 days, 14 days, or 28 days. Because again, every time the rebalance happens, you will carry out a trade and there's going to be fees involved. And again, KuCoin wants to make money, so they want you to trade as much as possible. But let's say you want to rebalance every 2 weeks. So I'm just going to click on 14 days. And then I'm going to click on create. So then every time your Bitcoin and Ethereum price will move, and let's say, for example, at one point you will have 40% Ethereum and 60% Bitcoin, then after the 14 days, it will just sell some Ethereum, so you have 70% of Bitcoin again. So this is basically what this bot will do. And then if I click confirm, we go back to this running page where we can see an overview of all the bots. But I'm not going to do that now. Now let's look at the next one, which is the DCA bot. This is the dollar cost averaging bot. So let's click on create bot right here. So again, the DCA bot, the dollar cost average bot, will basically just keep investing in a specific coin that you choose at a specific rate. So let's say over the next year, I want to spend $10,000 on Bitcoin, but I'm really worried that I will get a very bad price. So what I can do is I can say, okay, each month I want KuCoin to automatically invest like $1,000. So that way I'm not like emotionally invested in my purchasing decisions, and I will just even out the price over the next year. So here you can say invest every day, invest every couple of days. Apparently you can do 2 weeks max. Again, I would just do 2 weeks. Or 1 week, because every time you do a trade, there will be fees involved. Then date of first trade. first investment. So let's say this will be 15 minutes from now, or at, let's say 5 p.m. And then the amount per investment, let's say $100. All right. And then we can also go to optional profit target, which is going to leave everything as it is right here. Click on create, confirm. And now I have created a second bot, the dollar cost average bot, which every week at 5 p.m. on a Tuesday, you'll just spend $100 on Bitcoin. All right, so now I also want to look at how to withdraw fiat currency and cryptocurrency from your KuCoin account to any other wallet, exchange, or also your bank account. So let's start with cryptocurrency. So we're going to go over to our wallet right here, click on main account, and then we're just going to go to withdraw right here. And then we're already under withdraw crypto. If you see withdraw fiat, you can just go to this button right here that says withdraw crypto. Then once you're here, you want to set the coin that you want to withdraw. So let's say we want to withdraw some Ethereum right here. And then we're going to just type in our Ethereum address right here. So I'm just going to withdraw to my Binance account. So I'm going to go over to my Binance account, and I've already generated my Ethereum address right here. So I'm just going to click on copy, and I'm going to go back, paste the address in right here. Always use copy and paste because that's the safest way. And then the address, as you can see here, is the Ethereum network. So I also want to set this network to Ethereum network. That's very important. So go to Ethereum network right here, click on confirm, and then type in the amount that I want to withdraw. So let's say 0.3 Ethereum. And then I can say where this amount should be taken from. Currently, I have some Ethereum in my main account and also in my trading account. So let's say it should take it from my main account. Then I can click on withdraw right here. And then I have to go through some verification process right here. So just click on confirm withdrawal, then type in your trading password, your email verification code, and your 2FA code from your Google Authenticator or whatever application you're using. Click on submit, and then the funds will be taken to whatever address you have chosen. Now it will take some time until the funds arrive because with blockchains, it will just take a couple of confirmations, but eventually if you type in the right address, the funds will arrive. Now, if you want to withdraw fiat currency, first thing you have to do is to convert whatever cryptocurrency you have to US dollar tether. Once you have US dollar tether, you're going to have to go to fast trade right here. And then you want to go to sell right here. And then you can sell your US dollar tether to whatever fiat currency you want. So let's say I want to sell 200 US dollar tether into euros. So then I could just click on sell right here, and then I would just convert US dollar tether into euros into my main account, and then I can withdraw it from there. Then once you've done that, you can go to your main account right here, and then you should see the fiat currency sitting in here, and it should say fiat next to that currency that you can withdraw to a bank account. So then you would just click on withdraw right next to that fiat currency, and then you can see the withdraw options. Now currently for US dollars, there's only a third-party provider option, which is ADV Cash, so we'd have to go through that and sign up on everything. If you use, what I would do is just withdraw it in euros, because if you withdraw it in euros, then you can use a bank transfer, as you can see right here, with a fee of 80 cents, which is very low. So personally, I would just use euros, and then you just click on add new account, add your bank account right there, and just click on withdraw, and then it will take 1 to 2 business days until the euros will be sitting in your bank account.